danced across the parking lot. So nervous, but I laughed it off. Now I can't stop looking at my phone. Just wanna see your name. When I close my eyes, all I see is me right there in his front seat. His headlights pouring down my street.
Hey guys, I'm Catherine.
I'm Amy.
And today we're going to be talking to you about friendship, which is our favorite thing to talk about.
We made a video called How to Make Friends. So the link is in the description, and that is like the first part of this video.
As we said in our other video about friendship, Amy and I, and also our sister Danny, who's sitting over there,
Hey.
we all are, I think, the more outgoing ones out of our sisters. So we have a lot of experience with friendship and making new friends and how to be a good friend. So we wanted to share some tips with you today. So keep watching. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what to look for in a friend. For me, I'm much more of like a gut instinct kind of person. So I tend to kind of go with my vibe of the person. So when I meet someone, if they have like a really good vibe and I just feel like sort of this connection with them, I think that's a great place to start. On the other hand, if you meet someone and you immediately have this bad feeling, like they remind you of someone that you knew who did not work out well or whatever, that is someone that you want to avoid. So first thing is trust your gut with that first impression, because a lot of times it can be right.
Pay attention to like how these people make you feel about yourself. That's like a really good thing of what to look for in a friend. You want someone who makes you feel good about yourself, makes you feel confident, and is always lifting you up. You know, you're lifting them up, they're lifting you up. You're both like helping each other out. You don't want someone who makes you feel awkward or insecure or like, oh no, what am I doing? Am I gonna say the wrong thing around her? Oh no, the world's always ending. Like, you wanna make sure they make you feel good about yourself.
Another thing that I look for in a friend when I'm first meeting them is their eyes and their smile. If you really pay close attention, you can tell a lot about a person by like the look in their eyes and how they smile. So really pay attention when you meet someone. You'll find just like this genuine sort of grounded presence. So look for that kind of a person. That's one who's gonna be a good friend. If someone like has a smile that's kind of like just kind of looks like kind of fake, or like their eyes are like studying you or like looking at your outfit and kind of like judging you, usually not the best friend. Normally that's someone who has like kind of an insecurity issue and they could be like criticizing you and picking you apart. So just keep that in mind, that that's not kind of the kind of friend that you want. We wanted to talk to you a little bit about types of people that you should avoid that are not gonna be good friends. Because Amy and I both, I don't know if it's just like our friendly personality, but when you're like really friendly and you just meet a lot of new people, I think you can attract some like really bad friends. Maybe this goes for anyone, but
I think a lot of
I've
people
had my experiences. I have some really great friends now, but in my past I've had like some really bad friendship experiences. So the first thing that you want to be careful about is someone, which I kind of mentioned this a minute ago, is critical. Someone who, and these are the warning signs, someone who is gossiping all the time. Ooh. Someone who is putting down their other friends in front of you. Because think about it, if they're talking that way about one of their other friends, they could easily be talking about you that way.
Oh, they are talking about you that way.
Yeah, they probably are. And someone who's just criticizing themselves, like they look in the mirror and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so ugly. Oh, this outfit is horrible on me. Like, I mean, yeah, it's like you want to be there for people and support them, but generally when people are so critical of themselves, they're probably going to be really critical of you too. So just be very, very careful. Keep your guard up a bit and just, I don't know, I would just caution against being friends with those people in general. It's just not a good idea.
A good kind of person to avoid, wrong, nope, is the flaky friend.
Ooh.
You do
yes.
not want to get caught up with a flaky friend who you're like, you talk to every few months and they reply to like every 5th text message you maybe send them, or you make plans with them, you know, your once a year plans, and then they like ditch out. Like, you do not want to make friends with the flaky friend. That is just, it's really toxic because you start to wonder like, oh, is there something wrong with me? Like, why are they so flaky with me? And it's definitely nothing with you. It's definitely their own issues. So remember that. No flaky friends. No.
My uncle always says, fast friends are bad friends. So if you meet someone and then right away they like latch onto, they're like, OMG, my new best friend. Like, you just gotta be really careful, because from my experience, I mean, I'm 24 years old. I've had a lot of experience with different friends. The best friends that I've had are the people that took a while to like warm up and get close. the truth is, good things take time. So people who are really like gonna be those quality friends that are gonna last for years are the people that will probably take more time to slowly warm up to you and slowly start hanging out. So just take your time, there's no rush, you've got your entire life. You wanna build friendships that are gonna last for a lifetime, hopefully. So just take your time getting to know people, there's no need to rush.
Another kind of friend to avoid is the walking catastrophe. Now I know that sounds horrible, but there are a lot of people in the world who you become friends with, and they're always in some major crisis, and it becomes really hard on you because they don't really
they're always calling you like, oh my gosh, this horrible thing happened to me, like every day.
And like they don't really need like a friend at that point. They really need like a counselor or a therapist.
And generally they tend to be the people that will call you and just talk for hours about their problems, but they never ask you how you're doing. And it's like, that kind of a person is like a vacuum where they're like sucking your soul out, and they're not necessarily like giving you anything back. They're just like really taking your time, and you're like, you just become exhausted and it just drains all your energy.
You want friends who ask you about yourself, who lift you up, and you lift them up in return.
So I saw this on Twitter the other day. Follow me on Twitter, Kathsim. And it's basically a wheel about healthy relationships. And it basically has a couple of categories, and I want to share them with you because I think this is really helpful. So in the middle of the circle, it says respect. At the top, it says accountability, admits mistakes for when they're wrong. Safety, which they express themselves, but in a way that doesn't hurt you or make you feel unsafe. Honesty, they communicate in an open and truthful way. Support, they support you, they're understanding of you. Cooperation, they ask, but they don't expect. So basically like people who are just willing to work with you. Trust, they accept your word and they give you the benefit of the doubt. They're not always like, you ditched me, what are you doing? So I just think those are some important points to keep in mind in general about healthiness in a relationship.
So now that we've learned what to look for and what types of people to kind of avoid, or maybe like, you know, cut loose from your life or reevaluate those friendships, we're gonna show you some tips that we have of how to be a good friend, how to make sure that you really treasure your friendships and you really let the people know that you love them and you care about them.
I think one of the best ways that you can show your friends that you care is really keeping up with their lives. So when they have stuff going on, like an important accomplishment, or they're stressed about a test that they have to take, or they have a family problem, just checking in with them and being like, hey, I've been praying for you, or hey, how's that thing that you were doing going? Like that really shows them that you care, to just kind of keep checking in on them and letting them know that you're there for them. So something that's a really great way to show your friend that you care is to make time for them. I know everyone has busy schedules and busy lives, but if you really just set aside some time to see your friend and maybe even like surprise them with like a random gift or a random thoughtful act of something nice you can do for them. Those are some really great ways to show them that you care and that you are making them a priority in your life. Even though you're busy, you make time for them. One of the most important things that you can do for your friend is see the best in them and encourage them to become the person that they were meant to be. So in an ideal friendship, you and your friend are both growing. You're always growing. You're always becoming better versions of yourself. So reading books together that are really positive, listening to positive music, sharing positive quotes with each other, like helping each other on your journeys, and really just like striving towards your goals and being accountable to each other, that is the mark of a healthy friendship. A lot of friendships, people just like kind of sit around, they don't really like do anything positive, or they're like just talking badly about other people. That is just a waste of your time, and it's not doing something for either of you. So if you can just focus your energy on growing together, that is gonna be the most exciting, exhilarating friendship that you could have, because there's nothing better that you could ask from a friend.
You wanna like think about what you talk about with your friend. What do you guys talk about? It's a really good way to evaluate the relationship and how you can be a better friend, or if they're a good friend to you. Like, do you guys have shallow conversations all the time? Now, when you're first getting to know someone, you're not gonna jump into like, oh, their biggest fears, their childhood traumas, all that stuff. No. It's good to have the more surfacey conversations about what they like, who they are, stuff like that. But if it's always surfacey and shallow and never goes deep towards connection, because every friendship is working deeper into connection, you know? Like the first point of connection is, oh, looking them in the eyes. Oh, second point is introducing yourself, saying hi. Then it goes deeper and deeper and deeper from there. So if your friendship is stuck on like a shallow level, you might want to reevaluate. So think about what you talk about with your friends. Do you talk about other people? Do you talk about ideas? Do you talk about your dreams, your hopes, your feelings? Do you talk about your feelings with your friends? Who knows? I don't know. I talk about my feelings with my friends a lot. They will all tell you that. So that was our thoughts on how to be a good friend. We hope you really enjoyed it and we hope they're helpful to you.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we really appreciate you guys supporting us and our sisters, and we love making these videos for you. We really just want to share, like when I'm talking, I'm just thinking about just a person who could benefit from this and just kind of sharing like to my younger sister or my younger brother. So we hope that you found this video helpful, and if you guys have any requests for other videos you want us to do, please leave them in the comments below and we'll be checking them out, looking for your suggestions. So thank you for watching. Bye guys.